public before.
Shout out to Midwest Crime. Fair use.
One of the victims steps out, apparently completely unaware the delivery is a setup.
No UPS truck in sight. You see it? Got a nice Subaru WRX right there. Toyota Tundra.
Ain't no big dog here. Ain't no big dog here. Not yet. Hey, shut up. Don't move. Don't move your hand. Move your hand. Open your hand. Move like that. Open it up.
The home security camera captures the third suspect come up the driveway after he's waved in by the other men.
Now listen to what he says. Pistoles. No, now mijo. He don't want the children around the pistolas. Dos morenos. Two niggas. No pistols around the kids.
The mother managed to call 911, leaving the line open so dispatchers could hear what was happening as the chaos unfolded.
Emergency.
Mario Alberto, come up with the money. Now, we all see the video on the TikTok and Instagram and shit. I don't need to go further into the video. 3 people are deceased. Husband and wife and a son. 2 toddlers was left to fend for themselves. Now remember, there's cameras all around this fucking house, including in his bedroom. What's so special about this bedroom that it actually has a camera looking on to the bed, which it might be some perverse things going on, or maybe it's just to keep an eye on certain things. Now, when I get back to the video, I'm gonna do my commentary first. But I want you to see, I'm gonna let you know my commentary, stuff like that, but I want you to understand this house was already under surveillance. That's why they were so under surveillance with the family and under surveillance by law enforcement in general. Check it out. Prediction, ascension, love me, hate me, there's no between. So the whole internet's been buzzing about this video from Coon Colorado, right? UPS impersonators, basically unalived. 3 people in the house, 2 toddlers was there. Thankfully, they weren't harmed, right? But remember, there's certain like you have to have a keen eye for certain things. Like there was no UPS truck there. There was UPS drivers are mandatory. It's mandatory that they wear actual black boots. They can't run around without no black boots. In the video, you see the dude pull up with Nike Air Max Plus. That's a no-no in their uniform. They don't play that shit. They'll reprimand people for that shit. My pops worked for that shit one time, and you get reprimanded if you don't have black boots on. Seasonal is a different story. But the actual worker, full-time worker, you have to have black boots on. There's no way around it. That's part of the uniform. But remember, yes, it's very unfortunate what happened to the couple and that stepson or that son. But they invited evil to their door. I'll read some of the clips for you. Let me go to my phone. Let me go to the article. Because this happened in 2023. I did a video on it. Let me see. Let's go. Now remember, it says this is Mingo Image. Mingo, that's his name. He's pretty much the ringleader, right? Authorities believe triple murder in Coon Rapids was drug related. This is Mingo right here. See it? That's Mingo. A man from Friley is charged in a triple murder in nearby Coon Rapids on Friday that investigators say was tied to drug dealing by one of the victims. Now remember, one of the victims was a drug dealer / drug trafficker. 37-year-old Alonzo Mingo remains jailed in lieu of $5 million bail after a court appearance Monday. Authorities say one of the people Mingo fatally shot, 39-year-old Mario Trejo Estrada, has been trafficking in cocaine, fentanyl, and meth and sending large amounts of money to people in Mexico. That's the cartel. See, Mario Trejo Estrada, he was part of a fucking drug trafficking ring. Guarantee he was with the cartels. He's dating this other lady, married her, because that was his stepson, the 20-year-old that was shot. This is the nature of humans. Some humans are just fucking selfish to the point that they don't give a fuck about anybody, including the wife. Not saying it was okay that they was unalived that way, but eventually they would have been unalived because the cartels, they were already under surveillance by the police. So if the money don't come through at a certain time and you distribute it for the cartels would have did worse. The cartels would have killed the kids, or actually trafficked the kids, like put them in a camp, traffic them to the nearest bidder, right? The nearest highest bidder, right? So the kids escaped a really diabolical lifestyle because they were able to get into the hands of law enforcement and be treated properly. Maybe they get adopted and stuff like that. But anyway, the criminal complaint alleges Mingo also shot Estrada's wife and her son. 2 children under the age of 5 were at home, were not physically harmed, right? God damn it. It's fucking ass. Yo, there's just so many fucking ads, bro. Okay, so that was this one. Let me go to the other one. So I want you to know that Mingo was he was a detainee for ICE. Let me see. Is it the same one? Hold on. Let's go to Alpha News. Okay, Alpha News got a better spread. Details revealed in a search warrant application shed new light on investigation into the shooting homicide of 3 people in Coon Rapids last Friday and implicates one of the descendants as a suspected drug trafficker. Shannon Patricia Jungworth, 42 years old, her adult son George Alexander Reyes Jungworth, 20, and her husband Mario Alberto Trejo Estrada, 39. 2 children under the age of 5 belonging to Jungworth and Trejo Estrada. This is what I'm saying. Why would you bring 2 children into the world and you know you're known drug traffickers and you're working for the cartel? Trust me, you see these movies with these guys trying to have families and stuff like that, then the families get ran down on, like in Sicario, the Day of Solado. The nigga actually sits there, kills the cartel dude in front of the family, And this is what they're subjected to: trauma. Fucking trauma. Because you're selfish on trying to make a family. You can't have a family and live this lifestyle at the same time. It's impossible. People tried it for decades and it doesn't work because the family gets ridiculed for you being a drug dealer or trafficker. Family might not make it out alive because you're a drug dealer and trafficker. It's certain aspects. So me believing Shannon and Mario, they were two selfish human beings all the way through. Then they didn't tell their son what they was really up to. Maybe he didn't have an idea or clue. They kept it away from him. But this is the selfishness of the human nature. Those two children shouldn't have been born. If you're going to continue a lifestyle of drug trafficking and sending money to the fucking cartels in Mexico. Alonzo Pierre Mingo, this is one of the suspects, 37 of Friday, was taken into custody later that day and had been charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder related to the killings. But they upped the charge anyway. It was like premeditated. The incident began 12:30 p.m. on Friday when police were dispatched to the 200 block of 94th Avenue Northwest after receiving an emergency call to a single-family residence. A voice could be heard over the phone asking where the money was. Upon arrival, police found a deceased male in the doorway, another deceased male in an office area, and a deceased female in the bedroom. All had gunshot wounds to the head. The charging document states police found surveillance cameras mounted in the house and also learned that a pole camera had previously been installed across the street from the home. It wasn't their camera, Mario Estrada's camera and his family's camera. It was basically you say it was another VIET, they call it Vice something in Colorado. They were surveilling the home. They were surveilling Mario himself. That's why they was able to catch a suspect so fast and rapidly, because they were already on surveillance at the house in general. The camera zoomed in on all that. I'm going to put it in that clip. It zoomed in and all that on the fucking license plate. But the stupidity is these motherfuckers show up with his own fucking car, with his own place. It's fucking crazy. The viewed audio and video from the various cameras shows a passenger vehicle pull up from the front of the house. 3 suspects exited. 2 were dressed in UPS-style delivery driver uniforms. 1 carrying a cardboard box. Yada, yada, yada. Surveillance from a bedroom camera inside home showed Mingo hold the female and one of the males in gunpoint while demanding money. An alert was issued for Mingo's vehicle, and he was also arrested just after 3 p.m. Friday in the vehicle while driving in Friday. Suspected drug trafficking. Details in search warrant affidavit describe that Trejo Estrada is one of the victims now. Trejo Estrada has been under surveillance by Ramsey County Violent Crimes Enforcement Team, VCET. Violent Crime Enforcement Team. October, based on a tip from an informant, somebody ratted out Estrada and they put eyes on him. Was involved in the sale of illegal narcotics. The affidavit notes that Trejo Estrada had 2 prior drug-related convictions, one in Minnesota for 5th degree of drugs and one in Wisconsin for felony possession with intent to sell. A warrant has been obtained to install a tracking device on Trejo's vehicle, which provided data showing visits to a storage unit in Eagan. In December, certified narcotics training, December 2023. People think it just happened now. No, December 2023. That's what led up to this, right? A certified narcotics trained police canine was used to conduct a sniff test on the door of the storage unit, and canine positively alerted to the presence of narcotics. The tracker also showed Trejo Estrada taking circuitous routes to and from his residence in St. Paul and Coon Rapids to other locations. The affidavit stated that people involved in drug trafficking activity frequently take indirect routes between destinations in order to detect law enforcement surveillance. So he was zigzagging all over the place. That's what they showed on a fucking GPS when they got the search warrant to put it on his fucking car. Information obtained from the law enforcement financial database by a DEA task force officer also showed Trejo Estrada and Jungwirth had each wired large amounts of money numerous times to individuals in Mexico. In January, investigators learned that Trejo Estrada's lease at Eagan storage facility had ended and that the box of trash had been left behind, which they're fucking getting sloppy. Why are you leaving trash behind? Investigators found money-grain receipts to parties in Mexico. They won't say what cartel it is in this, but it's definitely to the cartels. Mail-in documents in the names of Jungwirth and Trejo Estrada. Multiple implications that you had that unit. Multiple vacuum-sealed bags containing marijuana, multiple pound-sized vacuum bags that were cut open in latex gloves. Swab tests were collected from a glove and one of the vacuum bags that each detected the presence of cocaine, fentanyl, and methamphetamines, which is fucking crank, which is crystal meth, right? 4 days prior to the triple murder, the tracking device on Trejo Estrada's vehicle showed this vehicle at a storage facility in Golden Valley. Investigators took another swab test from the door handle of the storage unit, which tested positive for cocaine and meth. The affidavit for search warrant on the Golden Valley storage facility indicates that not all facts pertinent to the investigation were included in the affidavit. Only those facts necessary to obtain a search warrant, implying that the investigation must include a wider scope of more details not yet revealed. A court document appears to show that Mingo was previously subject. Mingo, this is the actual shooter for the UPS that played a UPS delivery driver and executed the people in the house. Mingo was previously the subject of an ICE detainment on around March 2019 when Ramsey County requested that ICE produce Mingo by order of court to face charges in a pending case. However, an ICE spokesperson told Alpha News that the agency had had no interaction with this individual. In 2018, Mingo has been charged in Ramsey County with being a felon of a possession of a firearm. A charging document in that case says Mingo was suspected of dealing drugs with a group at a St. Paul gas station. Mingo resisted arrest the time and the firearm stolen out of Illinois was found on his person. The complaint noted that Mingo had previously been convicted of numerous felony crimes of violence, making him ineligible to possess firearms. Court records showed that the Ramsey County Attorney's Office dismissed the firearm case Mingo in February 2021 in interest of justice. This is the Biden administration bullshit that just came in, because he had ICE detainee on his fucking file, so they let the fucking savage go. He's a fucking savage. Corresponding federal documents show that Mingo was charged in federal court for being a felon in possession of a firearm related to the same arrest. Federal indictments summarize at least 5 violent crime convictions against Mingo in Cook County between 2006 and 2017. Mingo was federally convicted on a gun charge in 2020 and was sentenced to 57 months in prison. Records show he was released out of federal custody February 2023, at which time he was subject to 3 more years of supervised release and was placed into a re-entry program in Minnesota. The murder charges against Mingo state that he was employed. Mingo was actually employed at UPS until early January 2024, and UPS uniform was found in the backpack of Mingo's vehicle upon arrest. This is fucking crazy, bro. The family was drug traffickers. He was dealing drugs in a certain area and he was dealing drugs in St. Paul gas station over there in Colorado, in Coon's area, Colorado, probably with Mario Estrada. That's why he showed up, because Estrada probably knew he worked for UPS at one point. That's why he showed up with no fucking face mask. They knew each other. That's why it wasn't a real, he was getting pistol whipped and he said, "What are you doing?" They were talking and he said, "You know where the money at, give me the money," because it's a desperate time now. I need the bread, nigga. Like, I know you've been dealing drugs, you basically the fucking what they call it, you basically the plug, nigga. You the plug. You've been plugging the whole town, nigga. I want cash, nigga. I know you got cash in, but not realizing the nigga had storage units, which is a smart thing on Mario Estrada's in, but they do wild shit. That's why I'm saying, when you invite evil to your door, you invited evil to your door for your own selfish gains, and you brought 2 children in the world that you knew it would not end because you was in the drug world. This is dangerous. Check out the next clip. Then I'm gonna wrap it up there.
So what did I do? You were there, wasn't it? Wasn't there? You were. See, you're probably not going to take my word for it or anything, but I'm not lying to you. I'm not making stuff up. We had a pull camera. Well, somebody had a pull camera on house, and they see you pull up, they see you through, you get out, walk up to the house, just you and Alonzo. He knocks on the door, you don't open the door at first, and you start walking away.
Now, as you see, there's surveillance cameras facing and look like facing east and facing north to the house, right? Mario Estrada was under surveillance. They didn't know what they walked into, not understanding that this guy was the plug. And if they get the plug because somebody dropped dime on him, somebody got arrested, became an informant, dropped dime on Mario Estrada. That's why his shit was getting raided. Either way, they invited fucking death to their doorsteps. Whether the cartel was gonna get him, and I'm assuming the guy works for the cartel. But if you're sending large amounts of cash, wiring cash to the fucking Mexico, you're down there in Juarez, whether it's Sinaloa, Calico, those are old cartels. But these are real cartels that y'all sending cash to. So whether the cartels got to you, your family was going to fucking get deleted. Or savages like this that was desperate and needed fucking cash on hand was going to get to you. So I know people, they playing on your heartstrings and shit like that. Trust me, to hear the kids do what they did, the Tyler that did what he did to pull a 2-year-old away because his mother had a bullet in her head, you know, is just traumatizing. But trust me, the cartels would have did much worse if them kids was there. They'd have been trafficked. Them kids would have been sold. So law enforcement got there just in time to prevent that, but it wasn't on time to prevent the deaths. But Mario Estrada and his wife is not innocent. These are targeted people. Just don't run in spots like this if they're not knowing if you got large amounts of cash on hand. That's why they were targeted. This wasn't random. And actually, if you see the house itself with the cameras in it, the place looks fairly empty. No telling how long they've been living there, but it did look fairly empty. They were ready to go. Because if you got one storage unit raided, they confiscated shit already. You already ended your leases with everything else, so you get the fuck up out of Dodge. So you knew the heat was on, somebody dropped dime on you. But he's heading to Canada, or he was going down to Tijuana or fucking Juarez or whatever, or Chihuahua in Mexico. Whatever he was going to fucking do. Tijuana, Chihuahua, Los Cabos, whatever. You was heading for the border. Mario Estrada was heading for the border with his wife. But it was selfish of him and his wife to live that lifestyle and have 2 children. So she was with him for a minute. Dealing with him for a minute. Because she had a 2 and a 4-year-old with this fucking guy. That's the crazy part about life. Stop bringing children into this fucking bullshit. That and women need to start thinking more. Because it's pretty much her fault. She said, I'm still going to have this nigga babies because we getting money, this, and that, I'm living pretty decent. Okay, cool. But nah, you're not living decent. It's not legitimate money. This is what comes with illegitimate gains. Savages and demons showing up to your doorstep. But let me know what you think. I know this is a long video. Follow it on TikTok. I'm putting it on YouTube. It is with it. Show me love. I'm putting it on X as well. But Mario Estrada and John Worth, Shannon's John Worth, they weren't innocent. Did they deserve it? No, I don't think so. But they were pumping fentanyl and methamphetamines, and this is the consequences of the lifestyle that you live. So it is what it is, man. Prediction Ascension. Love me or hate me. There's no in between. Like, comment, subscribe. Help me on motherfucking island. Hit me up on X, TikTok, and motherfucking Gram. Shout out to Facebook. It is what it is. That's where it started at when I was a fucking teenager. PredictionAscension@gmail.com. Like the button. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Show me love. UPS, man. They call them the UPS killers. UPS can't get a fucking break this year, man. I see you in 2026.